Yo, what's up? I'm gonna do a quick sound check here. I thought I already went live once, but I didn't. And so I'm just making sure that we're gonna the sound and everything's gonna be okay. Am I live yet? Like, send me a comment here if I am. Yeah, there we go. Yes, there we are. No echo here. So hey, Hoff here. Welcome to a Hoffcast live stream tonight. I'm really just I'm just in it to talk about a lot of things going on. I'm not here so much to preach as I am to share and care and to have a discussion about things. So if you would like to join me, please do so. And I appreciate all you fine people. I will keep an eye on the chat, as I do like to read from the chat throughout my streams. But we'll start off with, I'm going to get risque tonight. Hold on, I might have to close this door. My neighbors don't like me. They don't like me one bit. I'll edit that out later. But yeah, welcome to Hoffcast. Wookie, thank you for being here, man. Thank you. I really appreciate your support. You've always been there, man, and I hope you have a good time tonight. If you want to stick around, it's going to talk about a lot of crazy stuff. I do have a couple things on the docket, but it's not anything set in stone, you know. But I mean, I feel like some of the stuff that I want to talk about tonight will get me my I don't know. I feel like it's going to get me the old arrow to the knee, you know. I don't know. That's all I'm saying. You know, dog in the shot. Cheers to that, bro. Cheers to that. So we'll just start out. I mean, if Wookie, if you wanted to discuss anything, we'll bring it up. That's basically what this is about. But if we're gonna just start right off, you know, right out the gate, like a horse in the Kentucky Derby, let's just talk about this. Let's just talk about this here. What is this? Can someone explain to me what is happening here? I've tried to come up with every logical, reasonable thought that could explain something like this happening. And I just can't. If you don't know what you're seeing right now, this is the president getting a stab in his arm on a sound stage, and it was all made to look like he was actually in the place where he's supposed to be residing as president. You know, this freaked me out, man. Don't get me wrong. I'm deep in some shit. I already let some language go. Excuse me. I'm deep in some stuff. But dang, dude, like this freaked me out. This is like a whole nother level of 1984 George Orwell type of dystopian universe where, like, how is it better to do it in front of a stage with digital photography that moves behind it and then tell everyone that you did it somewhere else, but really be on a stage? How is that a thing? How is that, like, wouldn't it be cheaper just to do it in the real spot? You know, like not have to build a set. What's the need for the set unless you're faking anything, you know? Moon landing. We'll talk about that more later, you know. M3 Max, welcome to the chat, brother. Say, yeah, Biden wears a mask in his car. You know that. You know. There was that good parody that came out. It was right when the pandemic hit. It was like I wear my sunglasses at night, but it was I wear my mask when I drive or something like that. I think I butchered it, but you know, it was pretty good because I love that I love this song, the original song. It's terrible, but I love it. It's just, I'm a cheesy man. So I just don't understand what is happening here. Like, why this would be a thing. What is the point of this? Some people have theories. I will not speak them on this stream because I'm on thin ice right now, not gonna lie. But some people have some theories. I don't totally believe them, but I'm not gonna lie, some of them seem to have some merit after you see something like this. It's kind of crazy. It's like we're living just in an alternate universe where nothing makes sense anymore and everything's fake. Everything's fake. M3 is just going on with these mask jokes. Puts a mask on his computer so it won't get a virus. Great. Wears a mask in Zoom meetings. True. Well, that is true. But he won't wear them around actual people, but he'll wear them in a Zoom meeting. And he forgets, the names of leaders of other countries. Biden's mask has a well, yeah, that's definitely true. Especially when he's around underage. You know what I'm saying? Let's get a comment here from Wookiee Supremacy. Everyone laughing about Let's Go Brandon, but no one realizes that what was in that one's ear here to tell you that what you heard wasn't what you heard. Well, I'm not totally sure. Let me bring that back up. I'm not totally sure what you're talking about right here. But I believe you have merit because, yeah, I believe, what is it, like half of what you see and know what you hear? I don't even know if it's a real one. I'm butchering every phrase tonight, you know. I'm just butchering every phrase tonight. Let's go. If you can please expand on that, Wookie, because I'm not sure about what you're talking about exactly. If you can, I really don't. But it seems like some good stuff that I need to know about. Another mask joke from M3. Biden's face shield has wipers. So does his ass. Allegedly. My butt's been wiped. You know, that was a good joke. Billy the Kid Norwood. Howdy, Hoffcast. Howdy to you too, my good man. I loved the Rush video. That was incredible, man. If you didn't know, Billy the Kid Norwood, he's a fantastic musician, and he recently put up a video of him playing from my favorite band, Rush. And I'll show you that right there, the little Rush flag right there. Just absolutely killing it. It was spot on. It was amazing, absolutely phenomenal. Wookie says, you don't know about Let's Go Brandon. Well, no, I guess I'll look it up. I got a buddy named Brandon. I guess we'll do this. We'll look. That's what I'm here to do. It's more of a sharing, caring kind of night rather than me preaching kind of night. It's community night. I hope you all have fun because I'm going to share what you want to see. And I'm going to talk about it as long as it doesn't get me my my third. I'm already on second base. You know, I don't even. The analogy doesn't make sense. All right, there's a link here. Thank you, Wookie. I'm gonna get that. YouTube. Can I copy that from here? I'm an internet tard. Just gonna be honest. Oh, is it a NASCAR driver? I thought I saw something about that. Oh, yeah. Okay, I did see this. It's where they were chanting F you Biden, and the news tried to make it seem like they said let's go Brandon. So yeah, let's watch that. Hopefully this don't get me messed up. Let's share this one. This would be fun. I love this stuff, man. So how are y'all doing tonight? Let me know in the chat. Are you doing well? Because I hope everyone's doing well. That's what I'm here to do, is have a good time, keep the spirits up, but also we got to be aware of what's happening. And I'm going to share this right now for you, Wookie. I don't know if it's not the same video that you sent me, because I don't know how to copy that, but I did find one that I can share. So we'll use that one, because I believe it's similar. I really do. If I'm way off, let me know. But I think it's similar. I got to hit the share audio too, you know. Thank you all for the patience. I do appreciate it, because I don't. Is that gonna work? It doesn't say. There we go. Share audio tab. Okay. I'm trying my best, boys. I'm trying my best. There we go. Got it. There it is. All right. Let's watch. Let's watch. Thanks for your patience, everyone. You got to stick with me. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. So let's watch this.
Thank you to all of our partners. Oh my God, it's just such an unbelievable moment.
Brandon, you also told me, as you can hear the chants from the crowd, let's go, Brandon. Brandon, you told me you were going to kind of hang back those first two stages and just watch and learn. What did you learn that helped you there?
Look at him. He's got, watch it. He puts the hand behind his head. He's like, I'm a little nervous about this. I'm on national television. Just won my first NASCAR race. Watch him put the hand. He's like, oh.
Did you learn that helped you there in those collabs?
Look at my dumb haircut. That pineapple haircut that was
learning how
popular in the 90s.
Didn't stay at one. Everything shifted top to bottom so much.
Let's watch one more time. That's so good. Let's do it one more time. I'm really enjoying this.
Oh my God, it's just such an unbelievable moment.
Brandon, you also told me, as you can hear the chants from the crowd.
As you can hear the chants from the crowd.
Let's go, Brandon. Brandon, you told me you were going to kind of hang back those first two stages and just watch and learn. What did you learn that helped you there in those closing laps?
I got to give that reporter credit. She spun it real quick. She spun it real quick, you know. Dang. Like, you got to give, I mean, she didn't like pause. Maybe they're trained on that. I don't know. But she didn't even blink. She's like, oh, that's your chant, buddy. That's not a chant against the regime that's happening right now across our country by any means. Thank you so much for bringing that up, Wookie. That was a great one, man. That is terrible, though. That it's just it just proves how the media just does not want you to see the hatred for certain political affiliates and people who own them, basically, because you know who owns these people. The money that's coming into these big media conglomerates, it doesn't come from nowhere, and it's not coming from anywhere now, especially because no one's watching them. So it's got to come from somewhere. And yeah, they know who's they're not going to bite the hand that feeds them. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to spin anything any way they want. And I hate that woman. I hate that reporter for saying that. But dang, she spun it real quick, did she not? She spun it real quick. She knew what she was doing. She's been around the block once or twice, you know. Let's go back to the chat here. Wookie immediately after that, he sent me the link. I'm sorry if it wasn't the same one, but I hope I got your point across, Wookie. The voice of 81 million members in the stands. Yeah, obviously, you know. Billy said, I had my first colonoscopy today. How'd that go, bud? Prayers be with you. You know, thoughts be with you. I hope everything's going well, and I hope all the results turn out good for you, man. That's a scary thing. It's a scary, you know. Us men, we gotta watch over our colons and our prostates and whatnot, because that can be a real slippery slope, no doubt. I'm being serious. That's not a joke. I'm being serious. And then he comes in with the joke. They found the 2 large polyps, and oh, that's not a joke. That's not a joke. I thought you were coming in with a joke. I didn't know what a polyp was, man. I thought you were doing a joke there. I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, I thought you were coming in with a joke there, and I feel like terrible. I thought you got me there, especially after Wookie's LOL. You know, but at least you don't have, you know, I guess like anything worse than that. That's something that can be taken care of pretty easily, right? I believe so. I believe so. Take care of yourself, Billy. I appreciate you here, bud. I apologize for that. I'm just in a good mood. I'm just in a good mood, and I hope you're doing well, man. Wookie says, well, Billy, I gotta be honest, that's all I want to know about that. And I'm okay. So there is a little bit of levity here. I'm not the only one. And he says, I can't blame you. But we all do hope you're doing well, Billy. And he says, oh, no, okay. Before we get there, no, I'm going to say first time under anesthesia, Billy, amazing, man. Amazing. That's a scary thing to go through because there's like a 1 in 10,000 chance you don't come back out of that. That's not to be scary, but I've never been under that, and I wouldn't want to be. So good luck to you, man. And we got Crumb here. I'm very grateful that you're here, bud. Really. That's awesome. We have to plan a time to have a stream sometime, because that'd be a lot of fun. If you want me to discuss anything in the chat, go ahead, man. If you want, I will try to do a little hangout after this too, like you did as well. I don't know if anyone will join, but if you'd like to, you know, I'll be open to it. If anyone here, including Billy the Kid, Wookie, anyone, you know, be a private chat after the stream, I'm be more than open to it. Yeah, prayers to Billy, and man, I hope you do well, bud. Wookie says, any opinion I've typed about that report is getting, yeah, obviously. We're talking about this whole, we can get into the whole Facebook, you know, YouTube outage, or what, yeah, not YouTube, Facebook and Instagram outage that happened. And in my opinion, it was a good thing. Maybe not in everyone's opinion. A lot of businesses rely on that. I don't think you should if you are a business, because it's probably not the way to go. They can just slide you anytime they want, take that right out from under your feet, you know. And the problem was a lot of people just rely on Facebook, not just for business as well, but they find it as a dopamine kind of addiction. And I'm not saying that I'm not guilty of these sorts of things. I watch YouTube every day. I get my fixes, you know, but I feel like I choose things that might be more positive minded than just the random crap that comes across on these social media sites like Facebook and Twitter and all this negativity and Instagram. And a lot of people just putting up like, hey, this is a picture of my life when it's the best. And my life is like this all the time, though it's not really like that, you know. I'm going to bring myself up here. Hoff's going to get serious. But, you know, you see a lot of that problem with people get a false sense of reality and perspective when they see other people only posting the good things about their lives happening, you know. And they say, oh, they have a great life. No, that's not true. I mean, they might, but in all honesty, everyone has ups and downs. Everyone has problems. And those moments that you capture that you might want to share as a great moment in your life, it makes other people who are weak feel, I mean, I'm going to be honest, weak feel like a victim of sorts. And they get this dopamine trip of how I hate these people. It's like a high school mentality, like, you know, and I'm not trying to put anything on anyone, but it's like a high school mentality of different cliques where, oh, well, these people, I'll never be as good as these people. So I got to fight them in a different way or whatever. I'm not saying those people are better than anyone. I'm just talking about the mentality of the people who get addicted to the dopamine on social media. I'm sorry if I lost you right there. I'm sorry if I lost you. I kind of went off, but I hope you followed me for a minute. But that dopamine for someone who is insecure and who is looking for their own self, they can either, basically it just makes them more agitated, in my opinion. Not that I felt this, man. I bought this hat to make myself feel better, so I don't have that problem anymore. Grew my stash out, you know. But also, I don't use social media. You can't find me on Facebook. I am on the Insta, but I don't really use it. It's there. I post like rarely, and then I delete. So I don't really recommend that. But yeah, I just think the whole vanity thing of social media has become a very rotten core of our society, where a lot of people just don't know who they are after seeing someone else seem happy. If you're not happy with yourself and you see those pictures and you don't feel happy anymore, you know what I mean? Let's get back to the chat. You're being watched, Hoff. That's, yeah, I know. I mean, well, no, I don't know if you mean I'm being watched by actual people or if you mean by the FBI, but who knows? Probably the FBI. Billy says, thanks, Hoffcast. I mean that in all truthfulness and sincerity, my boy. I really hope you do well, and I really want to talk to you later, and I hope we can do a stream or something as well, you know. Crumb says, yeah, I could be able to do that. Might be attending dinner. Thanks for the shout. No problem, bro. Thanks for showing up, man. It really means a lot. If you have to go to dinner, I understand that. You might not even still be here right now, but we'll try to get together and make something happen, because I think it would be a fun time, as well as anyone who would like to do so on a planned occasion. Wookie says, usually you have to get 1K subs before they start doing it. Well, you know, I got to like 400 plus, and then I almost got to 500. And then now it's like I literally get subscribers and people tell me to subscribe, but they delete subscribers the next day. They want to keep me around this 425 to 435 range. And it doesn't matter how many people I get. I don't know what, unless I get a big jolt. I don't know if that number is ever going to go up. That's why I've been going to BitChute, which I've been having great success with my BitChute channel. I just don't know how to live stream through there. I've got a lot of support through BitChute, a lot of views, and I believe the link is in the description below if you want to check that out. Check that out. I'm the new Chris Pratt Mario. Check that out. It's me. Check it out in my BitChute. But I'm sorry, that's not racist, right? If Chris Pratt does it, it's not racist, right? But anyways, that's where I put the stuff that I don't feel comfortable putting on YouTube, because literally I'm on thin ice on YouTube. I don't have much left, you know, in the tank here. I could say one more thing and they're just going to kick me right to the curb, and that's going to be it. And that's why I'm wanting to tell you guys to like look at the BitChute. And I'm not trying to over promote. I'm not making money. I have no subscribers. I got less than 20 subscribers on BitChute. I'm just trying to spread the message. I'm trying to talk to like-minded people. That's what we're doing. We're having a good time. And I think that's what we need to do, is keep a positive attitude in these times. And Wookie says, Hoff spits the truth. Well, I spit the truth, I know. Who knows what the real truth is? The kid says, I see your 2112 Rush banner. Yeah, rock and roll, buddy. Rush is my favorite band of all time. Hands down, in my opinion, the greatest band of all time. I love a lot of other bands as well, but you can't beat Rush, man. Can't be Rush. 20 albums of pure fire. Maybe a couple clunkers in there, but for the most part, if you can get over driving down the road and seeming like a nerd, then you're gonna love it. You just have to own yourself, man. You know. Like I said, I sold pot in high school and have friends in all cliques, but I'm a special case. Well, there are those cases, you know what I mean? There's that happens, you know. I was kind of that guy too. In my high school, it wasn't really like a sort of everyone was kind of, it was so small that it was kind of just everyone knew each other and it wasn't like a big thing. Passage to Bangkok. Yep. Amen, brother. We're on a train to Bangkok. I don't want to get copyright struck again for the 5th time. Billy Kid says, can you do a Borat impression? I mean, I could, no, but I'll try. Very nice. Very nice. Great success. Do I look like Borat because the mustache? Is that a joke? Wookie says, gotta bounce. Thanks for showing up, Wookie. I appreciate it, man. The kids, what do you think of Dogecoin? Well, I think it brings up a whole thing altogether with just cryptocurrency. I have not followed it for a little bit, and I like I said in a previous stream, I believe that I made like, I don't know, like $150 or something on Bitcoin, which isn't a whole lot, not Bitcoin, but just crypto in general. And I felt like I lucked out on that. I didn't put a whole lot in. The more you put in, the more you get out, but also, you know, the bigger the risk, bigger the reward. So I didn't put a whole lot in. I just kind of wanted to feel it out. You know what I mean? And I haven't been back since. Dogecoin, I don't know. I hear that's one of those, what they call not a Bitcoin, but a shit coin. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know enough about the subject to be an expert on it. I'm just saying that hands down right now. It seems like things have been in a slump for a while. There were, I guess, projections for Bitcoin to hit like 200,000 by the end of the year. And I kind of invested when I heard that because there were like some experts who nailed it for like 20 years in a row. But I guess maybe this one, unless things just go haywire, you know, and crazy, I don't know if we're going to see Bitcoin hit, you know, 200,000 by the end of the year. I don't know, though. Things have been crazy the last 2 years, so I'm not a financial expert. I have no... Don't listen to me on this. All I know is if you can give me some more info on Dogecoin of why it's still interesting. I just know it's always kind of just hovered around, because I got a buddy at work who invests in it, and it's always just... He tells me every day it's hovering around like 20 cents to like 35 cents tops or something. Maybe it'll go up real high, but then no one sells when it does that because they think it's going to go higher, you know, to the moon. Dogecoin to the moon, you know. So I don't know, man. I think be wise with your money. If you have it, if you have money to gamble, only use that money to gamble. That's what I've always thought of. And I know that's not hard or not easy for everyone, but I believe in only gamble what you can lose. If you can't lose that, don't gamble it, you know. So if you're just in it for a hobby, you know, like scratch off lottery tickets or something, maybe that's kind of how I did it. I made a few bucks, not a whole lot, you know, not like I banked, but you know, do what you feel is right, man. Read graphs. That's good. And yes, I think you're talking about, you're talking about my Borat impression. Well, anyone can do a Borat impression, you know. It's not that hard. Crumb says Hexcoin is great. I've heard about Hexcoin. I'm not too familiar with it, to be honest with you. I just know that it's like a different type, and there's a whole different, maybe like a security behind it or something like that. It's like a different thing from Bitcoin, but similar. I really, like I said earlier, I'm not familiar on this enough to say but I've listened to Cash Daddy's podcast a couple times from Sam Tripoli, so that's about all I know. Billy the Kid says Bitcoin's on a tear, 64K, 100K is possible. Well, if you're keeping up, like I said, I've not kept up with it at all. Maybe I should keep up with it more. I don't have the money to invest right now. Dogecoin will break its high of 74 cents at some point in the future. I hope, man. Like, the thing is, I'm a little skeptical about all this cryptocurrency. I'm not gonna lie. There's some people that tell me it's the most secure thing in the world, and I hear other people saying it's the least secure thing in the world. And I don't have enough evidence to support back, either of those sides to really make an opinion on that. So I'm kind of on the fence right now when it comes to cryptocurrencies. Not gonna lie, I don't have any money invested right now, but I was involved for quite a minute. Dogecoin is going to the moon, literally. Oh, hopefully more literally than Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk. But let's talk about some more. Unless you want to keep talking about crypto, I can do that. I'm just not an expert on that. I don't know much about that stuff. I would like to kind of I'd like to discuss just the matters of, I guess, transhumanism, where we're going in the world. This is something I wanted to bring up, and I'd like to have a discussion about this with anyone who's wanting to, because we know with all the stabs and whatnot that's going on, that we're seeing a change in the world in the way that people really abide by rules, and that if you're not woken up to it yet, there's an agenda at play that wants to dictate everything. And if you're religious, I'm still skeptical on this, even though I'm a believer, but I truly think this might be the mark of the beast, what's happening right now. I truly think that you can't, buy or sell. You have to have the mark. You have to have the cards. You have to have the papers. And it's not the first time this has happened, obviously. But how many times is it going to happen before it's the real thing? And this time, it seems like all the means are at play. All the nations are at play. There's a United Nations of a conglomerate of all these big powers in the world that are just wanting one thing to happen. And it's terrifying. It's terrifying. You see what's happening in like Australia and stuff. I don't know if I'm bringing that up. I would like to, if I could bring up something from Australia, all the stuff that's going on there. But we're literally living in the craziest timeline for us. There was like all kinds of crazy stuff. Every timeline, every generation thinks, this is it. But dang, man, I couldn't, 3 years ago, I couldn't imagine nothing like this, man. I just think that I'm not trying to get anyone upset about anything or like I'm not trying to get anyone upset or like anything like that. I'm just saying how many times, Hoff, you're gonna say and stop your sentence? I know I'm a bad host. I'll do better. But we're living in it. We're living in it. It's right now. And Australia, it's going crazy over there. You can't even look this stuff up. Hard to find this stuff. It's workers are losing their jobs. Here we go. Let's do this here. it's been planned for more than that. If you want to get real deep, if you want to go into like Freemasonry, it's been planned for more than like 10 years and stuff. But the actual agenda that's happening right now has been planned, for about the last 10 years. There was literally so much evidence and speech coming from Fauci talking about, Trump is going to have to deal with this pandemic during his administration. And that became a political aspect rather than a health aspect. As soon as you say a politician is going to have to deal with it, rather than humanity is going to have to deal with it. And that's what really bothers me about this kind of thing. I think that says it right away. Take a look at this article here. Stop looking at my dumb face. I'll try to get a new screen share up here. I'm still learning. Even though I've been doing this for a long time. Here we go. It's got too many tabs up. That's the problem. Says, haha, I think he was laughing at me, making fun of myself, which is fair. That's what you should do. Maybe not. I don't know. Biden says we are heading into a dark winter. Well, dark winter, that's like a prospect that's been around for a minute, It's been like, I think it's like an operation or something like that. Can I look at that up? It's like a code word for something. I don't even know what it is, but they like to use it, just like a lot of the code words. And we're talking about any kind of code words. We're talking about 666. Let's bring this. I just searched dark winter. Let's look at this one. It's kind of interesting. It says about the exercise. On June 22nd to 23rd, 2001. I said this has been going back. Can you still hear me? I hope I didn't mess that up. My cords are loose. They got shorts. Anyways, the Center for Strategic and International Studies, the Johns Hopkins Center for Civilian Biodefense Studies, the Answer Institute for Homeland Security, and the Oklahoma City National blah, 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 hosted a senior level war game examining, oh my gosh. Let's zoom in on that. Hosted a senior level war game examining the national security intergovernmental. That word, it's not easy to say, man, especially after a couple of these. And information challenges of a biological attack on the American homeland. Well, this is from 20 years ago. That's some crazy stuff, is it not? Yeah, they're taking me down at night. Wow. Yeah, Operation Lockstep, Lobster. Operation Lobster. Billy, that's basically where you see those videos of all the different news conglomerates and all the different people. It's the definition of the New World Order. Pretty much. I appreciate you can hear me. I can't hear you. I think you guys are winding down on me here. Maybe I'm just boring you, and I apologize for that. I apologize. That's just the way it goes sometimes, You can't please everyone. Tonight was just kind of a hangout night. If you would want to talk, I can put up a StreamYard link in there. And we can chat for a little bit. That's cool with me too, But I don't really have much more than that. I mean, I did have one other really big thing we can talk about, I guess, that kind of ties into all this. but I'm kind of afraid to show this one. It's not because it's graphic. It's the opposite of graphic. Where's that bad boy? Let's do it. Why not? Let's talk about this. Let me know if you can hear the audio from this. Before we go into it, holy cow. I just want to say, oh my gosh, my first subscriber of all time, Rich, years later. Oh my gosh, Rich, how you doing, bud? Yeah, I'm doing great, man. I mean, given the circumstances, this is a momentous occasion for Hoffcast. This is one that means a lot to me, man. It really means a lot to me that you're literally like my first subscriber ever, and you're still here right now in the present, and you care, man. And I still care about you, bro. I'm off Twitters and all that, but I'm on BitChute and I'm on here when I can say what I want to say on here, and I mean when I can say what I want to say on here, but sometimes they take me off. But yeah, great to see you too, man. Great to see you too, buddy. Yeah, he was like literally my first subscriber ever, and that was about 3 or 4 years ago. Just amazing. I hope you're doing well, man. Contact me through my email. I put my email in the description as well if you ever want to chat. But Billy says Stanley Kubrick from the win. Well, he was a fantastic director. I loved his movies. I want to get in some deep stuff here for a minute. I don't know how you all feel about the moon landing, but I've done a lot of research on it, and it's very skeptical. There are theories that Stanley Kubrick basically was hired by NASA to fabricate the video footage from when we went to the lunar landscape. And all of the footage that I found, it takes a lot of time to go over and watch. And I recommend you do it. There's a lot of great sources online that can show you this stuff. Just go to like I said, BitChute, not my channel, but on BitChute, you have way more options for this kind of footage where it shows how they used the backdrops from like Planet of the Apes in order to make the moon landing footage. And a lot of this stuff just doesn't add up, especially over time, especially when you consider that the president of the United States called the moon on a landline. That's pretty funny stuff. I don't know, maybe I don't know enough about science, but I just, sometimes I'm having trouble getting connection in 2021 in a building with steel roofs. But anyways, I'm no scientist. But Stanley Kubrick, I recently found this video because someone sent me, who knows that I'm a analyst of sorts. They wanted to dispute, and I sent them this, and this might get me banned for good. Well, let's watch a minute of it. Hopefully not. And let me know if you can't hear it. All right? Because hearing it's the only reason to watch it. Let me know if you can hear it clearly. If not, I can figure it out.
Okay. I mean, if you cheated on your wife, you plagiarized something. It's a movie that made that nobody is aware of. Okay. Well, I mean, see if I understand. It's about a movie you made, no one knows you made. Is that what you said? That's right.
Well, they are mumbling.
Like some of you put like you didn't put your name on it. Like at the end, you put like a fake name. Oh no, I
I made it.
Like Alan Smithy, like
That's right. No, I didn't. There was no name put on it.
Why would there be no credits? I mean,
because there are some things that you just can't put your name on.
Okay.
Some things you can't put your name on.
Whoa.
I perpetrated a huge fraud, which I am now about to detail.
Okay.
Involving the United States government and NASA.
Right.
And I'm sure you've heard the rumors.
The moon landing?
That's right. That the moon landing was fake. The moon landings all were fake. And I was the person.
You're serious. And okay.
I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
Because I only have this certain amount of time with you, and I'll talk about whatever you want. You know, this isn't some type of joke or
no, it's not
a film thing.
Not a joke. Nope.
Okay.
The conspiracy theorists were right on this occasion.
Why?
I don't know about Paul McCartney's death, but they were right about it.
Okay. Why in God's name would I don't know what to ask you first. Why the hell? If you're telling the truth, why would you do it? Why are you telling me? I mean, what the?
Don't you think it's important for people to know the truth?
Yeah, I got. Yes, certainly.
They had a massive fraud, an unparalleled fraud perpetrated against them. They should know.
Okay.
I mean, they're already suspicious of the government. They may as well have their suspicions confirmed.
Okay.
Justified.
And
this is a banned video.
Anniversary. What took?
And I'm sorry, Rich. It might cost me my YouTube.
I'll go into that. It has to do with personal.
Okay.
Evolution and influences.
And well,
I'll go into that.
Is that why you look a little haggard right now? Because you look a little worn. No offense. Like.
Well, also, yeah, because I haven't been taking care of myself too well. I've been drinking a lot, but.
Me too.
Because of the stress of this?
Of course, stress, guilt, just conflict of all kinds.
Wow. I'm going to stop it right there. I think you guys get the point of that. It's a longer bit. It goes on for quite a while there, and you can find that one on BitChute if you look it up. But that's some crazy stuff right there, man. That's it. If you're not familiar, you know, Stanley Kubrick did, you know, as Billy the Kid says, Clockwork Orange. Crazy film right there. A lot of things going on with that. But they said they hired Kubrick because he did 2001: A Space Odyssey, and it was so convincing, it was so compelling that he would obviously be able to make the everyman think what was happening, you know. So it makes me wonder if you can have your opinion on that. Don't get banned. Well, you know, it's inevitable at this point. I feel, Rich. You know, I really think it's inevitable because I am who I am, and I just can't shut the F up. I just can't, man. I say what I want to say. I have to say what I feel. Billy the Kid says they were fake. I believe Stanley. Well, I mean, that was like one of his last interviews. And if you didn't, you know, if you've never seen Eyes Wide Shut, that's basically his film of exposing Illuminati cults, you know, occult practices, religions that are dark, and rituals that he probably didn't show the full extent of in that film, but was still very creepy. See, you already, I'm behind, but you already got it, Rich. You got me, man. That's why you're still here, and I love you, man. I love you, bud. Truth, yeah, Space Odyssey was remarkable. That movie, it's kind of a droner, but you know, it does for its time. It was a landmark, and I really recommend that you look up all the if you didn't know all the symbolism in the movie The Shining by Stanley Kubrick, which deviated very far from Stephen King's rendition of it in his book, which Stephen King allegedly wasn't too happy about. And I wanted to show you just like a couple pictures of what I'm talking about, because Stanley Kubrick definitely had like a huge part in all of this. I don't know if it's truth or not. I can't prove it, but if he's telling the truth and all of these things add up, then yeah. So let's take a look at this picture right here. There we go. So this one, where this kid, little Danny Torrance here. This is whenever he was done playing with his toys. He's got clearly the Apollo 11 sweater on. This movie, The Shining, directed by Stanley Kubrick. This is his messaging in this movie because he deviated so much from the actual book. And allegedly that the carpet you see down here is supposed to represent the launch pad. If you look it up, it's pretty dang close, And the fact that he goes from the launch pad to room 237, which is supposed to represent 237,000 miles from Earth to the moon, it becomes kind of weird when you add it all up, and that's just scratching the surface. That's just scratching the surface. Scratching the surface. Say your truth, man. I will, man, but it's gonna get me whacked one day. And if he could make that, why couldn't he make us believe we were on the moon? Well, he did. A lot of people still believe that, Billy. A lot of people still. I don't argue with people, but when people find out that I don't believe we landed on the moon, or at least that footage wasn't legitimate, we might actually have moon bases up there on the dark side. You didn't know the moon. We only see one face of it. For some reason, it conveniently just rotates around the Earth with only one face of it at the same time. Just happens to be in orbit the same exact way, even though nothing else in the entire solar system that we've been told by science rotates the same way around another planet in orbit. So it's weird that we only see one face of the moon. It's weird that they said that, we landed there, and there's this, all this evidence that it might have been fabricated by Stanley Kubrick. And it's also weird that people also claim that, there are things on the dark side of the moon. Pink Floyd, us and them. It's I don't know, man. We might have walked on the moon, but I don't think it was the way we knew it was. The Shining was awesome. Yeah, The Shenanigans is a great movie, man. I've watched that movie probably 100 times. No, 100. That's hyperbole. I've watched it a bunch, man. It's a great movie. It's a fun film. It's a feel-good movie. Interesting. Hoffcast, I believe man has not walked on. Well, that's the thing. I kind of agree with you, but also the conspiracy, not even conspiracy, the part of me that thinks everyone's lying makes me think that maybe we've been to the moon, but just not how we've been told we've been to the moon. As much as the government lies to us. Well, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. And then maybe aliens on the dark side of the moon, maybe an alien base. Now we're talking. There may be, man. There may be. That's why I'm saying why they might have faked the whole thing. And I'm getting way out there on a branch right now, and I hope I'm not scaring anyone away. Or maybe this is exactly what you want to hear. I don't know, but I'll just keep talking. But yeah, there's a lot of people out there that think that there are bases on the other side of the moon. There was that one guy who was on YouTube, Corey Good. You guys remember Corey Good? Maybe you never looked him up. Maybe I just got deep in a rabbit hole there for a few months there, years back. But he was this guy who said that he was abducted as a child and sent to this kind of a space program where he went to the moon, all these different planets, and he met blue avians and grays and all kinds of different aliens. And they told him not to say anything, but he comes back to Earth and he tells everyone on YouTube. I mean, I guess no one else will listen. Neither will YouTube now, but who knows? I think the guy might be a little nuts, but who am I? I don't know. I really don't know. His stories are very detailed, but you know, a lot of fictional stories are too. You know, Lord of the Rings never happened. That's like 1,000 pages per chapter. Got names in there he can't even pronounce on Lord of the Rings, you know. So who knows if it's real or not. I'm very skeptical, but I have a lot of questions about the moon. There's no doubt about that. A lot of questions about the moon, especially when you see, you know, basically the footage of the moon lines up, of the moon landing lines up with Stanley Kubrick's Planet of the Apes films, where they have that backdrop behind it. Not in this frame from The Shining, but from Planet of the Apes, they got the backdrop where it's projected, and they have a set in front of it, and that's basically what they used for allegedly this footage of the landing of Apollo 11. And man, there's just a lot of stuff in there that don't add up. Man, it's a lot of stuff. And I can go, I mean, there's already been tons of documentaries and footage on this made. You just got to search for it. I can't even scratch the surface on this stuff, but it's very intriguing. Well, let me ask you, Billy, do you want aliens to exist? I don't know. If our own humanity is in cahoots with aliens and they're lying about being in cahoots with the aliens and they're on a moon base, they're up to no good, bro. They're up to no good. Yeah. That's definitely not a good sign if they're keeping it, you know, behind closed doors. You know, and dang. So I believe the U.S. government wanted to make other countries believe that we got to. That's, yeah, the space race, you know, between us and the Soviet Union, Sputnik and whatnot. And then apparently Russia was years ahead of us, but we got there before them, and they just gave up. And we've never had the technology to do it since. Even though you look at the picture, let's look at a picture of the lunar landing, that module, the lunar module. Because that thing looks like something it looks like the dumpster outside my apartment, to be honest with you. It literally does. It looks like trash. And there's no way that thing went to the moon, man. I'm just saying that. And the spacesuits, that's another thing I wanted to make a point on. We haven't been back to the moon really since. And we were supposed to go back next year, but it's been delayed another 5 years. And you can look this up, or I'll look it up here in just a minute for you, that for like another 5 years, because they can't get the spacesuits right. They got them right in 1969, but they can't get them right in 2021. We can't even figure out masks to detect viruses, and now they can't figure out spacesuits to go to the moon. Yet we did that, what, 50, 60 years ago? 50 years ago? 52 years ago. Let's just look at this crazy crab spider that allegedly landed on the moon. Look at that thing, man. You gotta be out of your mind. It's got foil wrapped around it. That thing's got foil. It's like the movie The Martian. Everyone thought that movie The Martian with Matt Damon was so good. And I hated that movie. Not because it wasn't entertaining, but because they were talking about science, and they said this movie is scientific, that they have a huge storm on the planet Mars, and we're told that the atmosphere of Mars isn't strong enough to have a storm like that. So at this point, you're saying, well, the whole plot makes no sense, and we're just going to be fictional about it. And especially when he gets thrown back to Earth in the thing that looks just like that thing I'm showing you right now, that makes no sense. It's all propaganda. I'm gonna look up this article about the NASA spacesuits delaying the moon mission, because I'm not joking about it. It's real. This is literally this is what they do all the time, is they just push it back. They just push it back until they know they have the technology again to make you believe it. Because right now, a lot of people don't, a lot of people aren't getting fooled by green screens or technology anymore, because we've had it in movies for so long. And that's been like kind of propagated by Stanley Kubrick himself, which kind of comes full circle. I think that's very poetic, if you ask me, what we're talking about right now. It's very poetic. So yeah, here's the article talking about if I don't have to pay for this crap. NASA has a new challenge to reaching the moon by 2024. It's $1 billion spacesuit program. Well, why don't they just use the old ones from '69 and just patch them up a little bit? Put a little Gorilla Glue in the seams or some fabric, glue. You're good to go. Why not? Despite working on next generation suits for years, they won't be ready until 2025 at the earliest. An Inspector General confirmed. Ever since the White House directed NASA to return astronauts to the moon by 2024 as part of its Artemis program. I'm sure Artemis is a code name for something cynical or evil. There have been all sorts of daunting challenges. The rocket the space agency would use has suffered setbacks and delays. The spacecraft would land astronauts on the surface is not yet completed and was held up by losing bidders. That's weird. I kind of want to look at that. Congress hasn't come through with the funding NASA says is necessary. Well, why doesn't Russia just try to get to the moon again, and we can put all the funding in again and get there and fake it again, I guess. Who knows? That's insane, man. I'm sorry I haven't got to the chat in a while. Let me get back. Let me get back to the chat for a minute. This is a share and care stream. I'm trying to see where I left off. Because Billy says, Back to the Future, awesome movie. Cheers, bro. It's the only trilogy that hasn't been tainted yet by the new agendas. Even though I'm sure you can find comic books that do that. I think there's a lot of just agreeing here, and I appreciate that. I really do. I'm not trying to skip over any comments here. I love this one, Billy. Humans cannot survive the radiation belt. I think you're talking about the Van Allen belt there that goes around allegedly the perimeter of our planet, which is so high in radiation that anything that would go through it would burn up. And then they try to say that now. If you Google it, it's a myth. It's not really there, but there's science behind it. And I mean, you also you have to think about, say, in a vacuum, there's basically no way to control a spacecraft. So if you're not completely on point with something, then you're basically just gonna tumble through space, like in the movie Gravity, where that woman was flipping through space. Sandra Bullock, she was just like, oh, whoa, 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 and she was scared she was gonna die, and then George Clooney saved her. The movie was shit, but but yeah, he says Billy says 1 billion. Yeah, we could do it back then with way less budget. We can't do it now. This is it's ridiculous. He says it's all about ripping off the people. When you talk about ripping off the people, you talk about this new infrastructure bill that has so much crap buried underneath it, and everyone's thinking, oh, let's just fix America's roads and bridges and buildings with this $3.5 trillion. But what you don't know is that like $3.5 trillion is not going to go to any of that. Period. Propaganda, that's the whole thing right now, Billy. That's the biggest thing going on, man. That's what we're living in, is just a world of misinformation, propaganda, lies. It's up to people who want to find things to better themselves, but we're still kind of in the wilderness. The rest of them, they're just sleeping under the trees, you know. They're not going to come out of that, you know. So I think I'm going to end this soon. If I can do it like Crumb did before, I would like to do like an after stream kind of chat. That'd be fun. I just don't know how to do. Oh, there it is. Okay. So I'm putting right now into the chat. If you would like to come into the after show, I'll be here and we'll chat for a little bit. Whoever you are. And this is not going to be live on the internet. This is just going to be us hanging out. And it's in the chat right now. And I'm going to be peacing out because I felt like this was a good stream and we went over a lot of stuff. But I think the ice is going to fall through on this one, boys. I'm not going to lie. Not gonna lie. So thanks for watching Hoffcast tonight. I do appreciate you being here. Keep in touch. Check out my BitChute. Live streaming is my favorite thing to do. So if you watch that, this is probably like where I really have my best energy. And if you want to comment and be part of it and talk to me and just be part of this big group and community that we're trying to have here, you're more than welcome to do so, and we're happy to have you. I'm Hoff. Please like, subscribe if you'd like to. It's the only way you're gonna find my stuff at all. And until next time, Hoff signing off. Cheers.